Hey, what's up you guys, it's Ethan and I'm back with another video. And this week's video is like kind of scarring for me as a kid. But I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, like the place to be was Chuck E. Cheese, okay? Hey, that kind of sounded good together. Sponsor me! So, you know, we would always go there, like my cousins, my friends, like that was the place to be, you know what I mean? I don't remember. We would go there for like my birthday, like almost every year, or I would want to every year. You know, me being like a 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old, I was freaking petrified of the animatronics. Always was. I didn't really have that much of a problem with the guy in a suit, you know, if he would come for like a birthday party or something like that. I still didn't like him that much. I was like, keep your distance. Like if he gets close to me, I would start to cry, like get away from me. I sound like some psycho. They were scary. But like the animatronics, that was a whole nother ball game. You know what I mean? Like no. But I would always go to as a kid, it just had one animatronic. I know some of them, they were like, they had all of the characters. Like, what is there, that like purple thing? Then there's like the chef and like that bird, and I swear there's another one. Oh, that's gonna make me so mad if I don't. Hold on. The dog. It's a dog. I knew it. Actually, I didn't, but it's fine. So there's the chef, the dog, Chuck E. Cheese, that bird thing, and the dinosaur, the purple dinosaur thing. I don't know their names. I could have looked, but I didn't care. So yeah, I know some of them, they had like all the animatronics, but like the one that I would always go to, it just had Chuck E. Cheese. And then there was like 4 or 5 like screens. They would have, you know, his friends as like guests on the screen. So I was always petrified of the animatronic whenever it would come out, and I would want a table as far away from it as possible. This one time in particular, we got one that was directly in front of the animatronic, but all the way to the back. So there was 2 or 3 like tables with chairs in front of him, blocking them from me. But like we were at a booth all the way at the back, but directly in front of him. So I was just staring right at him, and he was staring straight into my soul. I was scared to death, and I was like maybe 4, 3, something like that. I don't know. But my parents, you know, they were like, you know, he won't hurt you, like go see him, like you could go, like just walk up, because they're like, you know, kids, they would always go over to the stage and like feel of his foot, because his foot would like tap all the time, and you know, he'd talk and stuff, and they would like get on stage with him and like feel of his hand and like hug him, stuff like that, and whatever. And you know, they would just stand on stage with them, dance with them, like whatever. And they're like, you could do that too, like he's not gonna hurt you, he's a nice mouse, like it's fine. You know, they were just being good parents, you know, like it's fine, like he's not gonna kill you. Or so they thought. So this story, I know what you're all thinking, like, oh, okay, the mouse, like it murders you and you're just a ghost. This story actually doesn't happen to me. It happens to this poor, sweet little girl who is maybe around my age. I didn't know her personally, she was just there. Little girl with brown hair. I still remember what she looks like. This whole entire thing is burned into my like 4-year-old brain because it scarred me for life. So they would always try to get me to go over there, and they're like, we could go over there with you. You could just stand at the stage at the front and say hi. Like, they're like, he won't hurt you. He probably won't even say anything. Like, he's so nice. Like, and then my dad would go over to him and like, see, and he would like touch his hand. He's like, see, he's nice. Mom would too, and you know, they were like trying to get me to go over there. And I'm like, like, get away from me. I remember, you know, we were sitting at this booth, and my parents, you know, they would still try to get me to go over there. And I remember there was this other family, and this little girl that I was talking about earlier, they were trying to get her to do the same thing, because apparently she was probably afraid of him too. So she walks over, you know, to the edge of the stage, looks at him, and she's like, then suddenly she's like not afraid anymore, because you know kids, they can go from like terrified to like, I love you in like 5 seconds. So she's just like, oh my gosh. And then my parents, you know, they're of course like, look, she's not afraid of him anymore. Look, he's so nice, see? So the way that this particular Chuck E. Cheese was set up is that there was the stage where Chuck E. Cheese was on. And then it was kind of like a round stage. And whenever he would like stop talking and like moving and stuff, before he would stop moving, there was this like curtain that would go around the circle stage. So it was just like right there. And, you know, he would continue moving and talking or whatever until the curtain was all the way closed, and he would stop, you know, obviously. But, you know, it didn't, like, the curtain, I guess, was so, like, it wouldn't ruin the thing for the kids. So, I remember right before he was shutting off, so this Chuck E. Cheese animatronic, he would move his hands and move his head and, like, look around and stuff like that and just talk, like, blah, blah, blah. And he'd move his mouth and his eyes would blink, and he would move, I think it was one foot. He would tap his left foot. And this is like, oh my gosh, it brings back the memory. This girl, like, she's reaching her hand towards his foot. She's like, right as the curtain is closing, because she's like laying on the stage, and she's like, and the foot is tapping. The curtain is closing. And all I hear is this scream of like bloody murder. And I like jump, my parents jump, and like her parents are like, oh my gosh, that's our daughter. And they like freak out, and like the workers, they like run over and they like rip the curtain open. And oh my God, you guys, ew, this still freaks me out. And oh my gosh, like, I'm not even kidding. Like, if I saw this now, I would still be scared. So, you know, when he shuts off, like, his arms are down and his feet are down and his head is just down like this. So, this picture in my 4-year-old head, he's stepping on her arm, like, this part of her arm is underneath his foot. And he's like, it looks like he's just stomping down on her arm, and he's looking straight down at her. She's screaming and like kicking, and she can't get her arm out. And I'm looking like, I'm terrified because I'm like 4 and I'm so scared, and I'm like, oh my God, that could have been me. My parents tried to kill me. And I was so scared. And so these 3 or 4 workers, they had to come over and literally pry this little girl out from under Chuck E. Cheese. I think they ended up having to break his foot, like, off or something. And they broke the animatronic, finally. And they got her out, and her arm, I think it was okay, but it was, like, really red, like, really red. And she's like screaming, and they're like, oh my gosh, we're so sorry, like, get some ice, like, we'll get some ice. And they're like, no, it's fine, it wasn't anybody's fault, it was just an accident, it's fine. They were really nice, they were really understanding and really sweet about it. And, you know, they would like comfort their daughter, and like she was crying and screaming so loud. And I was like, I just remember thinking, and my parents tried to get me to go over to that demonic creature. I do not think so. That could have been me. I mean, not that I would have been dumb enough to reach my hand underneath his foot, but like, whatever. I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, Chucky's a monster. And oh my gosh, I ended up obviously getting over it because I wanted to go back. And so, you know, that was that. But I remember that, and I was petrified for the longest time of that freaking mouse. And let's be real, animatronics are kind of scary anyway. Like, something about them, they're just eerie. Like, ew. Ugh. But yeah, so that was this story. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. And turn on the notification bell so you can know whenever I post a new video, so you can be the first one to watch it. And yeah, I will see you guys next week. Bye, y'all. It's